Hi, this is me again, and today I'm gonna walk you through Raven machine. Sorry, a bit of sick. So let me first, as we used to do, using netdiscover to get the target IP address. So netdiscover I. So my network IP address is the one shown in the screen, and now here I'm enumerating the current targets, and the IP or the machine IP is this one. So we run nmap and our IP address target is, so we hit enter to view the current open ports and the associated protocols. So here we go. So we have here the HTTP and we have the SSH, pretty straightforward, not much hassle. So first thing you're gonna do is to go to here. This is the basic website or the basic web page of Raven websites. And the reason I navigated to security services in the first place, because this machine, okay, you're gonna need to find, or you're gonna have to find 4 flags. Okay, so the first flag after you navigate to the main web page is to go to services, and pretty straightforward. Click on view page source, and if you go to the bottom or scroll down to the bottom of the page, you're gonna find the first flag, which is, I think, is here. So that's the first flag, pretty clear, easy. And now we close the page, and here your next step is to determine way to find a way to or an open door to the SSH. So you're going to do that. Basically, the IP address here on the website is a WordPress website. How we can know this? Okay, we can know this using Nikto. If you scan the web server or the IP address of the targets, the results will show you that the current server has WordPress installation on it. So this is your first foothold into enumerating the current users on the WordPress installation, and then by cracking their passwords, you can now log into the WordPress panel and upload your reverse shell PHP. You can use these credentials to brute force their passwords in order to log into the SSH. And as you can see here, it's telling me that there is a WordPress installation found. Okay, so now the next step is I need to enumerate what this WordPress is all about. So we can use WP scan -URL, which is 106.8.94 WordPress, and here we're gonna enumerate all. Okay, it needs an update. Let's click on yes. So it's updating the database, and then it's gonna start scanning the current WordPress installation to show us current vulnerabilities to exploit, current users, and other things to take care of. So until the scan is complete, let me show you my notes here. So as you can see, first step, finding the first flag, which is in services.html. Then, after scanning the WordPress, okay, so the scan is complete, I think. So it's saying visitors not supported. Okay, let me ignore the update now and head directly to scanning the WordPress. Okay, so it seems that we didn't get any info about the users. So let's specify that directly. Users. Okay, so I have here Michel and Steven. Okay, now after grabbing these two usernames, we need to go directly to Hydra and try to crack the SSH server. Okay, now some of you might say that why not to get these credentials and use WP scan to crack their passwords. So you can do that basically. Scan URL, which is let's say 192.168 130 WordPress, and now here I'm gonna use minus u minus users or word list, which is users share word lists rock txt, and I'm gonna use user as and you can use this command to crack the password for Michael, Michel, or Steven, but none of these will help you get root access to the system, because these users probably they are not admins on the site. So you need an admin access or a way to piggyback on to find root access or admin access. So now I'm gonna use Hydra, okay? And here, before I did this challenge, I organized or I typed the two users here. I'm gonna use this list for root force, and here I'm gonna use Hydra and start with the usernames list, which is that's root desktop users txt, and the passwords or the word list you can use is users share word list raw q.txt. Then you specify the service you're trying to crack. So here you type SSH 192.168. Okay, now after you click enter, okay, the Hydra will go through cracking the passwords for the users Michel and Steven. And as usual, to save time, rocket.txt, what's wrong here? It says that users, no. Let me open a new terminal. Oops. Tools, it might be in tools. So what's wrong here? Am I making some kind of typo? Well, so what? Ah, user without us. Okay. So after you run the command, it's gonna go through cracking the password for both users, Steven and Michel. But to save you time, I'm gonna head directly to the password that has been cracked for mutual. Okay, so the password or the cracked password is, which is the same as the username for the SSH. Okay, and for the user Michael. So let me interrupt this and clear my screen, head directly to SSH. The username is or was, let me copy that. Say yes, and the password is the same. And now you are in the system basically, or the SSH. All right. So now the next steps is, as you can see, or as you know, is enumeration. So let me go back to my notes here. So you can see that the second flag, you will find it in the var www directory. So if you head to var and as you can see, there is a file called flag2.txt, cat flag2, and this is your second flag. The next step is, in my notes, you need to find the MySQL database username and password. And how can you achieve that is by opening a file called wp-config. Okay, so we go to var. Okay, I'm still here. Home. Let me go to me, Michael. HTML. And over here, we go to WordPress and a file called wp-config.php. Let's dump the content of this file. And here you will find the password, username and password for the MySQL database, which is root and Raven security. Next step, which is logging into the database. So MySQL -u root. The password is, let me copy the password from here. And we are in. So let's show the databases we have. So we have information schema, MySQL, performance, WordPress. Let's use WordPress. Show tables. And among the tables, we have WP users and WP posts. For the third flag, you're going to find the third flag in WP post. Select star from WP. So the third flag should be here somewhere. Okay, so here's the third flag in WP posts entry in the MySQL database. Show tables. Now let's go to dumping the content from WP users. Select as you can see, we have two hashes. And these two hashes are the password for Michelle and Steven. Let me now here go to desktop and open a file called hashes. Leave bad hashes. Okay, so let's grab these hashes over here. This is the first, and this is the second hash. Save the file, close. Okay, now you say it. Let's join the report these hashes. Okay, now when John the Ripper cracks the passwords, these two passwords are the password for Michael and Stephen. But the password we're concerned with is Stephen password because we're going to use this password to switch to Stephen in the SSH. All right. So for now, let me exit. Okay. And see the cracked passwords. Okay. And as always, to save time, I'm gonna directly grab the passwords from here. So the correct passwords for the user Steven is ping84. Okay. So let me now, or let me leave this open over here. I know you guys, some of you like to see the appearance of passwords being cracked. So let me leave this over here so that the password cracking is being done. So here, let me switch to Sue Steven. Password is ping84. ID. So now I'm Steven. Okay. Now, your next step is escalating your privilege. And the first thing you do basically when you want to escalate your privilege simply and straightforwardly is trying to issue sudo -l to see which are the comments that could be run without passwords. So here are user pin python. This could be run using sudo privilege without supplying a password. So we write sudo user pin python, and now we are running Python as sudo privilege. So let's use Python right now and piggyback on it to escalate our privilege to root. So in this case, let me import os.system bin bash, and now we are root. Simple and clear, no hassles, no difficulties. It's very straightforward machine. Just you need to enumerate, and don't worry about cracking the passwords. There are bunch and million of word lists on the internet. You can find them easily. So here, let me abort this. And escalating your privilege is also was also straightforward. You just need to know what are the comments that could be run without a password using sudo privilege. So pretty straightforward machine. There is another method basically to crack the passwords, to get root access, which is by exploiting a current vulnerability in the MySQL database. Okay, so let me show you here some basic guidelines for this. So basically here, you have an exploit. Let me open this and open a file here, or let me close this file. This is a credentials file. So let me close these. So here, I don't know, unable to connect. Fairly weird, unable to connect. Okay. So let me use my host. First, let me grab the URL. So I will put the link of this exploit down in the video description. Basically, this exploit runs on the premise that you can exploit MySQL database and escalate that to privilege using user-defined function dynamic libraries. How can you do that? It's explained here, just you need to apply it literally. So after you log into the MySQL, okay, so here it explains usage from here, down all the way to here. It shows you that after applying these comments or these guidelines, you can obtain easily root access. Alright, but in your case, or in our case, we need to modify some things. So these things are, let me show you how it's done. Basically, it's better to show you how it's done. So here, let me exit, quit. Okay, what's happening here? Control D, quit. Okay, exit again, clear. So let's now again repeat the same step or start over by going to SSH Michael at the password was the same. So now we are in Michael, and suppose now we have grabbed the password for the SQL database. MySQL and the SQL database, you already have it, is from here. So let's use MySQL. Okay, let's apply the steps. So as explained in the exploit here, you need to go through all these steps, but I'm going to show you what you need to modify. So here, where is it? Okay, from here. So we need first to download the exploit. I forgot that step. So let me open a new terminal here. sh, or let me try to write the command again. So here, let's cd to temp and wget. Let's grab the URL. Be careful to grab the download link, not the page link. Okay, so now we have the exploit over here. To compile the exploit, we need to follow also the guidelines written in the exploit page, which is here. Need to copy this and here paste to compile the exploit. So what's the problem here? What's the problem? Let me see. So combining the exploit is a bit tricky. Nope. Okay. Then so here are the compile guidelines. Let me grab this. Raptor, why Raptor? Okay, I need to change the file name to the file name is 1518. Okay, my next step is to take this comment over here and let's replace every occurrence of Raptor to 1518. Line option W1, so name. So let's make a space. I think there's a problem with compilation. So the thing is, so there is no difference between. So name is unrecognized command. Let me remove W1. So it might be some problem. I didn't try this, but I think there's a problem with my repository because so name is something I need to install manually. I don't know why. The problem is I need to specify the file, which is in a so name formula or extension. Let me cancel this. So W1 is unrecognized option. Again. Well, I started to be pissed off from this. I don't know. I think it's something from my machine. I'm not sure about this, but after compiling the file, we need to transfer this to the victim machine through HTTP or something, but I'm doing this inside the victim machine. I think I am drunk or sorry, I'm kind of sick. Let me do this. Okay, let me try to do this from my machine. Root and wget okay, so let me have the from my system here because I tried on my system. So let me copy the file, paste, combine. Yes, so it worked. So now I need to transfer this file to inside the victim machine. So let me copy this file here. To var HTML. All right, and now what we're going to do is to open the Apache server. And here on the victim machine, let me list the current file, remove 151.so. Remove 1518.l u1518.c. And now let's grab the file from my machine. So wget http. I think I need to identify my IP address. Okay, I remember it. 1518L or so. So I'm at 29, not 28. ls. So now I have the file compiled and ready to be executed. So my next step, according to here, is to connect it to the database. So from inside the victim machine, MySQL -u root -p, and we grab the password from here, paste, and we're inside. And let's apply now step by step the exploitation process. So first, creating a table, foo table, very simple. Okay, let's use MySQL. Now the next step is executing the statement. All of these statements are on the exploit page. Then that's the thing you need to modify basically. You need to modify the path, which is accessed in the WordPress installation directory. Then creating function. So the problem here is library. Let's see here. I think it's the same command we applied here. It's the same. Let's do it again. Wrong ELF class, so it has to do with this. So if I tried this comment over here without, but it's not gonna work because the basic thing of this is exploiting the MySQL database, which is in the WordPress directory. I cannot make sense of this without placing the current path here. If I didn't place the current path here, it's not gonna work. Let me try. Okay. And let's now try the comment here. It's the same. So it's not, it doesn't have to do with the path. It's creating the same problem again and again, although I have modified the path here according to the web page. So from here I'm loading the file, then from MySQL let me try the next step, ignoring this. Let's ignore this for now and try to make it work. Yeah. So let me execute the command again with the current path identified as MySQL plugin 1518. So it already exists. Okay, then let's now return the same file from here. So it cannot open the shared library file. Well, with this problem being in place, I'm not going to be able to continue exploiting the MySQL as an alternative way of doing this machine. But if some of you guys encountered this error, please, and found a solution, please put down in the comments how you have found a solution for this error I'm encountering. And for now, we have seen two ways of getting root access. Actually, and practically, it's one way. I have done one way, but the second way, I mean, this error is hindering me from completing the process. So you guys, if you have tried this way here, could you please put down in the comments if you have encountered this kind of error and if you have solved or make it around the error. So put down in the description or on the comments how you've been able to solve this. So for now, actually I'm very mystified and baffled. It has been it worked one time, and second I couldn't know, I couldn't identify what has happened. So for now I'm gonna finish up this machine. I hope you find this machine useful. It's very easy as you can see, but for this kind of error it's very frustrated and disappointed. So thank you so much guys, and see you in a new vulnerable machine in the future or soon.